I have a question for you.
What's your question?
Do you like jazz?
Yeah.
Oh, what's this? I thought I got B-movie. It looks like I've been had.
Some flowers.
You're like kidding, right? Daisies are so last century. What if someone sees me?
Oh, Buffy, daisies are always in style. But if you prefer buttercups...
Why?
So we keep snacking.
So, B-movie. That was a movie that came out in 2007. It was an animated movie about Jerry Seinfeld being a bee and trying to fuck a human woman. It's a weird-ass movie.
It's a weird movie.
Yeah, and for some reason it's gained a lot of notoriety recently through memes.
It's a huge meme culture thing. You go on YouTube, you can watch B-movie, but every time they say B, it gets faster.
Well, it was a big hit at the time. I don't even know that, but
it wasn't.
But they did. There was somebody who tried to capitalize on its success. Now, there's this thing called mockbusters. Well, it's this genre of films where they'll be rip-offs of movies, but the movies themselves aren't rip-offs of something. The covers are. It's designed so that, like, grandma will be going to buy a movie for their kids and be like, oh, what was that thing that my grandchildren like? Transmorphers, was it? And she'll find a thing that says Transmorphers that kind of looks like Transformers. The cover looks just like Transformers, but it's not. So that's what this is. We watched this movie called Plan B. It's the cover for it rips off the cover art for B-movie. So the intention is that you would purchase this instead of B-movie.
Silence! A queen should be just and fair.
Being lost. Banish him.
Well, yes, I certainly could. But then I'll have less honey. Look at it. Glistening. Pure.
The
gold. I want more.
I think Honey was like her ex-husband that like left her, and now she like can't let go.
So there's this bee called Bing, just like the search engine.
The bees show up. They're like, we're gonna pollinate some flowers, and the queen is like, no, no, no. What you're gonna do is you're gonna drill and destroy these flowers, and then we'll build a bigger hive, and then we'll be like corporate America and building bigger things and destroy it all, and that's how it works. No more democracy, even though there's a queen.
Yeah, there's some kind of political message going on here, but I don't completely understand what it is because the movie's so confusing and nonsensical.
It's not just political. There's another bee that they call a radical. She's trying to overthrow the government specifically.
Yeah, but then they say she's a radical and she's in like an awesome radical.
Bing, you're a good, loyal bee. I admire that. But queens have responsibilities too, you know. A keef must be reasonable and fair. If she's not, you gotta resist.
Bonnie, you're a radical.
You're a radical?
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness makes me a radical, then yes, I am.
I think it'd have a military overthrow.
And right off the bat, they're pollinating and they're sticking out their tongues, and it looks so like gross.
It's like you just like. No.
Oh! Yeah, like a pink tube will come out of their mouth and they'll go like, ah.
But then they'll also like start chomping at like nothing, and there's just nothing that they're eating, but they're still like trying to eat something. It's weird.
Yep.
Joey, are you eating the honeycomb?
Maybe.
Stop.
No, you're not.
Their wings look like the way they're animated is just so that they'll appear and disappear one frame at a time. So it's just like
So like they kind of look like they're moving, but they also look like they're just disappearing.
It looks like a mistake in the animation, but I believe I mean, that's what it's supposed to look like. And I mean, the overall point we're trying to make here is that the animation is fucking terrible.
Oh, the worst part is the backgrounds in this whole thing. They're just like kind of painted, but also they're not really painted. They're just like photoshopped but very pixelated, so like you can't really see the background.
Yeah, it's very strange because they're like real photos but like animated on top to look blurry.
Yeah, so it's like a vague recollection of like the Capitol building and like the vague Lincoln Memorial. And when they're outside the Lincoln Memorial, they're drinking some flowers and this bee comes up and is like, hey, you know, it's pretty appropriate that you feel like you're becoming slaves outside the Lincoln Memorial.
We haven't been to bed in days.
You're kidding. So you come here, to the Lincoln Memorial.
Yep.
A monument dedicated to Abraham Lincoln, the president who ended slavery.
And here we are busting our behinds before dawn, without so much as a thank you. Like slaves.
Oh,
No,
my God.
No.
You gotta find...
These are not slaves.
They gotta find a Lincoln. They gotta find the bee Lincoln. Yeah, so bees are slaves.
Not only do they
that's just a whatever message. No terrible implications there whatsoever.
No, you can't be, you know.
You can't be...
We need flowers now, but where? I know, a Washington Monument.
Oh, I know! The Washington Monument, of course!
When have we talked about the Washington Monument? They go to the Washington Monument, and then there's just like this memorial for George Washington, like a painting of him.
It's like the George Washington painting, the one that everyone knows is just there, and there's like flowers on it.
But like no one else is around.
It's like George Washington's funeral.
Like they just realized George Washington died, and they're like, we gotta honor him somehow.
Yeah, we gotta put a picture of him with flowers. That'll honor his memory in the Washington Monument.
Oh God,
we gotta talk about the main villain in this evil queen who has the scariest face. All she wants is honey. Like, all she wants is honey, and she doesn't care how much the bees bust their ass to get the honey. And she just loves it. And apparently, we get a bit of her backstory in, like, a speech. And apparently...
Kind of.
Yeah, because she's a real bitch. She's a real biatch? Yeah, it doesn't really work.
You know, Bill, when I was young, Mummy said I would never be queen. She said I was too nice.
Too nice.
Is this her tragic backstory?
Didn't I?
Yeah.
No one thinks I'm too nice now, Mummy.
Nope. No, they don't.
This is like House of Cards, but with bees.
Wait.
it's like what it's trying to be, because like the whole thing is that she got the other bee queen out of power so that she could be queen, but then they find out that she's behind the whole thing, and she's like, fuck you all, I'm done with this whole democracy shit, even though I'm a queen.
And then they say the phrase, she's ordering martial law.
Enough of this democratic nonsense. Elders, you're fired. Guards, Akif's declaring martial law.
Oh shit!
Unsheath your stingers.
Oh my God.
Oh please, this is G-rated. They have a final battle between the bees, like the main bees that we're supposed to like, and the bees that are like defending the queen, and they just like sting each other, but like they thrust at each other.
They like punch their butts together, like.
Prepare to die.
They're just dancing. They're just thrusting.
Yeah, they're just like floop, floop. Still going. This is so epic.
So epic now.
Yeah.
Your reign of fear is over.
What?
Did you just leave?
Did they win?
I guess.
The movie is like basically done at that point, so I'm okay with that.
I think we need to talk about the most important part of this entire movie. When they're in the dumpster, there's this newspaper, and you can see this fully formed image of a human being.
Yeah.
But you can see, like, you look down, and it's like an actual photograph of somebody, and it's the most well-animated thing in the entire movie.
Yeah, well, it's just like a normal picture of like an actual person, and it's just so prominently featured in the shot. If you knew this person, you'd like be like, oh, it's Larry.
If there's anybody out there that knows, that's familiar with
Have
Plan
you
B,
seen this man?
have you seen this boy? I'm mad at that.
Yeah, he's hitting
The
those
keyboard.
piano keys so hard. So, Sam, would you recommend people take time out of their lives and instead of doing something productive and helpful to society, they watch Plan B?
I'm gonna say I'm in two camps right now. I'm very upset. I hate this movie so much. It was awful, it didn't do anything. But you kind of gotta see it to believe it.
To believe it.
If you're super interested in if you've ever seen a movie that's like a parody of another movie where they're just doing that thing where it's like, grab it from, the front cover looks like another movie and they're just really lazy, I think this might be the one to check out. But I'm also super upset at what it did because it hurt me on a deep level on how bad it was. Alfredo, what do you think?
Well, I do think it's one of those things where it is so nuts. It is quite the experience. But if you have sat through this video, you have probably seen the best parts of it.
Yeah.
If you want to see that for 45 minutes, you can do that, but other than that, you're good. Turns out Plan B is a thing that's happening now in life. You know how bees are kind of dying out and people are worried? Well, there's this thing called Plan B, and they are like little bee drones, like bee robots.
What you're saying is in real life, there is something called Plan B, in which they have fake bees because they're endangered species now.
Yeah, we have almost killed all the bees, and we need bees, so we've made robot bees. So, fuck you, bees! You gave us B-movie and you gave us Plan B, you get the fuck out of here and replaced by robots.
Get out of here, bee.
Bye.
Bye.